Welcome back to my channel, or at this point I should say welcome to my channel, because we're doing a whole rehaul. Okay, for the past 5 months I've literally been living in fantasy world, so I figured I should join Booktube. So this is my Booktube Newbie Tag. First question, intro, what's your name? Wow, why did I have to think about my own name? Okay, my name is Kyrah. Fun fact, my parents are Dominican and Puerto Rican, and Taina is just the feminine form of Taino, which is the indigenous people from those islands. Some friends, some people call me T or Ty, even though my name is pretty short. I'm cool with those nicknames. From friends, of course. You guys are friends, as long as you subscribe. Just kidding, you're friends if you're viewing, so you can call me that, it's fine. Why did I start this channel? And please excuse my rocking, I'm just like a nervous mover. I'm gonna try to stay still though. Okay, so why did I start this channel? I started this channel when I was actually 21.
21?
Really like beauty, hair, fashion based, and I still really love those things, but my life has changed in a way that like that's just not central to who I am anymore, which makes it so hard to post content. And I realize that now. I feel like that was such an easy answer, but like, duh. So I'm like, okay, who am I now? What's really important? And who I am now is somebody who cannot keep their nose out of a book, like at all. If I have a productive day, it's probably because I want to have 7 hours of uninterrupted reading and I don't want my guilt to come in and get me. Reading also just really saved my life in this time, so I feel like I want to, you know, put that out there for some people who maybe aren't into reading yet, or were into reading and lost it, or just, you know, join the actual book community because y'all are cool. And like, I need friends that I can send my 15 book memes a day and y'all won't hate me. So that's you. Subscribe, stick around. What is unique about this channel? I think that's actually a really funny question because me, duh. Like, okay, I'm joking, but like, seriously, all Booktube channels are going to be unique no matter what, because there's no other you. Just the same way there's no other Taina, there's no other version of you. So every single booktuber has, oh my gosh, booktuber. Sorry, I've also started posting stuff to BookTok. Any single booktuber is going to be new. Like, it's a new perspective, it's new opinion. Book reviews, they're all just opinion in my, well, I think so. So I think that's just an easy answer. Here's one thing, I guess that's like a fun fact about me. I don't think this makes me unique per se, because there's a lot of people from the Bronx, but I actually haven't seen any booktubers from the Bronx. So I don't know, maybe that's something. I think where you're from does inform the way you like perceive different characters and books and stories. So that could be something new. This is another thing that doesn't make me unique, but I want a friend like this. So I want y'all to know that I'm your friend like this. If there's any book that you like, oh, I need my friends to read this, like I'm forever trying to convince my friends to read the books I like. It doesn't really work. However, I am that friend. Like, if you tell me, oh girl, I love this book, I'm there. I'm gonna read it. Like, even if it's not really my genre, if it's, I don't really care. You told me, oh, like, I love this book, I need somebody to talk to about it, I'm gonna read it. That's who I am. Again, if you're looking for that friend, come here, babe. And I want you to know that I really do mean anything. Like, anything. This is also a judgment-free zone. You're reading Ice Planet Barbarians, you're reading Hunting Adeline. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to read. And maybe if I don't understand why you enjoy it, you can tell me why you enjoy it, and I'll probably understand it better. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay. I feel like I'm starting my channel all over again. What are you most excited about? Is our next question. I'm most excited about talking about books. I'm currently on like BookTok, I guess, and Booktube. My accounts are very small, so I don't think anybody would know me. But I am on there, and I feel like while I like it, and while I've gotten a lot of my book recommendations from those places, I like to talk too much, as you're going to see in this video. So 60 seconds to talk about the books that I love, it's just never enough. Like, it doesn't give. And I also, low-key, I feel like those communities can be a little bit intimidating. I feel like Booktube is much more chill. Like, we can just talk more. And I like that vibe. So, again, I'm looking for my book friends. If that's you, come here. I also do mean that whole recommendation thing. Like, I feel like BookTok and Bookstagram or Bookgram, I don't know what they call it, whatever. You know, the recommendations tend to kind of be the same, and they're not bad by any like form. Well, I don't think they're bad. Then again, I'm not really judging, but I don't think they're bad. It's just I kind of want to broaden, I guess, what I'm reading, and I think Booktube is a really cool place to do that, because I'm sure y'all will tell me in the comments what some of y'all favorite reads are. I'm also excited for all like the book tags and challenges. I'm gonna film another one, another book tag after this, and I really want to do like my top challenge that I'm looking forward to is the 24-hour challenge, which is kind of crazy, but I don't sleep because of my chronic illness anyways. So if I feel like it's like meant to be, like I feel like if I tell myself it's for a video, then it's fine, but in reality, I kind of do this all the time anyways. Next question. Why do you love reading? This is like everybody's answer, but the escapism is, when I said books saved my life, that's what I mean. Like, I literally insert myself into fantasy worlds. Like, once I open up the book, I'm not here. I'm in Prithian. I'm in or in some wherever the heck I'm reading today. And like, I mean that, which gets me so out of my head of like everything that's going on with my life. I guess a way to explain why I feel like I need that all the time. I have CRPS, which is complex regional pain syndrome, and it basically means that everything and anything, well, I'm in pain all the time, but everything and anything I do makes the pain 20 times worse. So a lot of activities are really, really hard. Yeah, being able to sit and just read a book, that one does it for me. I can't actually hold a book, but I have a little device. I'll try to put a little thing here that holds the book for me, and I can just like sit. I think I was getting to a really dark place, having, you know, a chronic pain diagnosis come in at this point in my life. I was just like, I don't really know how to live like this. And I just really, I'm still not really sure how I'm coping, but I know that books are my coping. Books are my therapy. Books are my escape. Books are my everything. Because I really be outside with a dream, a plan, and that's about it. Like, the universe likes to kind of stomp on me, but hey, you can stomp on me all you want, but once I get in this house and in that book, I'm not even there for you to stomp on no more. What got you into reading? Now, this is a definitely if you know, you know kind of thing. It's the Scholastic Book Fair. I don't know if everybody had that. I'm from the Bronx, like I said, so we had that in all our schools. And my mom was a teacher, so I got to go to my Scholastic Book Fair and her Scholastic Book Fair. If you didn't know what it was, well, it's a book fair. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just like they come and they bring a bunch of books to the schools and you get to go like book shopping. So I'd always be like, hey, can I get some money? And the only benefit of divorced parents, I'd be on both sides like, can I get some money?
Why don't you let me hold it down?
I was reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I was reading a series of unfortunate events. And then as I got older, I kind of like graduated up into more of, well, I'm realizing now that my reading habits right now should not be so surprising because as I got older, I got into romantasy. So I was reading like Twilight. That was the first book that had me up all night. I'm pretty sure I read that whole series in like 5 days as a 10-year-old because I was so hooked. Like I was up there with my eyes burning, like reading in that book. No regrets though. I still love it. I still watch the movies. I don't really care. Vampire Diaries, that was another one for me. Secret Circle. Like I've always been a romantasy girl apparently. When I was around 12 though, my little brother was born. Elder sister. I don't have to say anything else. And then I was 14. I was shipped away to a boarding school. So reading kind of took a back burner of reading for fun. And then I had to read all this stuff for school and it was just not fun. And it kind of just like murdered my love of reading and like murdered the book lover in me, for lack of a better way to put it. Like it sounds extreme, but seriously, like I thought I hated reading. And it's not until recent months that I was like, oh, I love this. And then my brain was like, ma'am, you've always loved this. What challenges will you face? I think my biggest challenge is going to be like the rating system. I feel like Booktalk and Bookstagram really rely heavily on like, oh, is it 5 stars? What's its rating on the spice scale? And I don't know. I feel like a 1 to 5 scale can be so diminishing to the world and the story that is actually on the pages. I am not really good with rating things. Like I rate a lot of things 5 stars. I had to go through my book. What am I talking about? I had to go through my Goodreads and be like, okay, let's be real. Was it really a 5 stars? I edited some of those, so now I'm like, okay, 5 stars is only like, I love this book. It's my ride or die. Like I'm always there for this book. Then there's like 4 stars and 3 stars. I don't really like to rate things 2 or 1 stars. I don't know. I'm not an author myself, but I can just imagine like writing a book has to be so much, and I would just feel so awful like putting a 1-star review out there and being like, this is a piece of trash. This is a waste of time. Goodreads reviews can get very, very intense, and I don't know, it's just not, that's not me. I know I'm gonna have to like probably, you know, get into ratings. I don't know if that's as big on Booktube, but I want to try to challenge myself and do that. The other one is going to be organizing my thoughts. When I'm like really into something, I can ramble and I can go and I'm gonna just talk. So yeah, luckily there's editing, but I'm still gonna need to do some work on like getting my words together. Next question, favorite books. Okay, surprise, surprise. I got back into reading in 2023, so one of my favorite books is Aquitar, A Court of Thorns and Roses. The whole series, specifically A Court of Mist and Flame, so it's really like my... I will go to war for that book. I will go to war for Reese. Like it brought me back into the world of reading. Like it was the first time I'm 25. I stopped reading like 15 years since I've been like, oh my God, like I'm stuck in this book. I cannot leave. I read that whole series in I think a week or less. I don't know. I'll put a screenshot of my book reads with the dates here. Like I was on one, okay? Like it got me. So I'll forever have a soft spot for that. And I read all the rest of her work too, but ACOTAR is just like, it was that one that really did it for me. Soon after, I actually read Fourth Wing as well. I love dragons, so that was already a yes for me. I love Xaden. What?
How long was ACOTAR sitting on the bookshelf before you actually started reading it?
Oh my god, okay. I'm the worst. So ACOTAR was on the bookshelf. I bought it in May because a friend of mine, told me to read it. Like, oh, you have to do it. And I just, I don't know. I didn't get around to it. I had a busy May, busy June. I kind of gauged. And then that's when I got hurt. And that was the injury that led to my CRPS. And I was kind of just like, I told you, in a darker place. So I kind of forgot about it. And then I was like, I can't even hold the book. But that's when my lovely man, who also prompted the question because he thought that it'd be fun to tell you guys, and I think it is, got me this little thing that I used to read. Like, I'll put a picture there, and it holds the book open for me, so I was able to like get into these big books and just like do it all hands-free. Man, I regret wasting May to October, because once October started, like once I read ACOTAR, I was on a roll. Like, it lit a fire under my ass, something like unbelievable. Like, I read like 45 books or something crazy, or like 40 books since like October 25th to the end of the year, because I was so like immersed in like all these different fantasy worlds, and I feel like I've missed so much. What was I talking about? Fourth Wing. Yes, okay. I read Fourth Wing, right? And Fourth Wing is another one. I love dragons, but as I mentioned, I have CRPS, and slight spoiler, but the female protagonist in Fourth Wing has EDS. It is not the same at all. Obviously, every chronic illness is different, but just to see like a strong main character with the chronic illness meant a lot to me, and like the chronic illness being mentioned in the book and being central to her identity. Like, there was a line where they were like, oh, like she goes through more pain in a day or in a week than you'll know like your whole lifetime, something along those lines. I'll find the actual quote and try to put it here. And I was just like, tears. I cried a little bit. I'm trying not to cry now, because I actually did my makeup for y'all. But yeah, that just meant so much to me. And she became strong, and she like, she's not strong by like, some easy feat, or she has some secret power. I mean, she does have powers towards the end, but like, she's strong because she worked her ass off for it and continues to work her ass off for it despite her chronic illness. And yeah, I don't have to explain much more how that means a lot to me. And people like to say, oh, like that's a popular romantic-y trope, like the weak girl becomes strong. Okay, and what about it? Like, what's so bad about that? Where do I read? So I kind of told y'all this. Right now I'm stuck to the couch, mostly because the thing that I use to read, to help me read, actually, is like, it's better on a couch, and it's kind of hard to, bring out and about. But I do love the sun. So I actually cracked, and I have a Kindle on the way finally, so I'll be able to read outside and like just use the one hand. That's going to be big for me, because physical books, it's too much. Can't really do it. So I'm really excited for that. That'll be coming soon, but till then, I am a couch dweller. Sometimes I read in bed. If I'm reading on my phone, I'll put a picture there too. I only do that sometimes. If I'm really just having a day, that's where you'll find me. But those are two places I read the most. I want to start reading outside, so hopefully I'll see like reading vlogs out and about. Favorite genre / what do you like to read? Sorry, there's a train passing. I don't know if you can hear it. What do I like to read? Romantasy, duh. Romance, fantasy, love it, always will. What else? I really hope y'all can hear that train. What am I thinking about? It's like, see, I can't. Once something comes in my brain, it's like, oh yes, okay. Spicy books. I love the spicy books. Okay, we grown. I like spicy books. Also, like, I don't really discriminate in the YA, there you go. I don't really discriminate in the whole like YA versus adult romantasy. I missed like 15 years of reading, like I said, so I'm going back and reading a lot of YAs. Like right now I'm reading Shadow Me. You guys are going to see a vlog for that soon, hopefully. So I'm really enjoying that. Listen, I'll read it all. However, that does not mean that's all I will read. Like I said, if there's something you're like, girl, you're going to enjoy this, like it's just an enjoyable read, then yes. Like if enjoyment was a genre, I would read those. That would be my main category. I also read manga, manhwa, like all webtoons. If you're into that, well, clearly, I guess you can kind of see it. But if you're into those, I'm there too. I'm a big One Piece fan. Clearly, again. I read and watched that. So I read a lot of different things. Actually, yeah, I forgot. That's books too. We're at the last one. Okay, book collection is the last one. You can kind of see it all right here. These are my my personal books. And then these are all of the mangas and stuff that I collected with my man. He's read most of those. I've read some of them, but he's read most of those. Those are more him. This is all me though. I've read most of these, except for, you know, like every reader, I have a couple that just kind of sit there and I bought because they were pretty and never read. Yeah, that's the last question. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you give this channel a subscribe and this video a like. And if you think we can vibe, come in the comments, talk to me. I love to talk. I love to chit chat. I promise I will answer all of my comments. If I miss you or if I'm like really slow suddenly, it's probably because my CRPS is flaring up and I'm in an active war with like the voice to text feature, not getting what I'm saying to y'all. But I will get around and make sure I answer to everybody because it's all about community. It's all about friendship. I don't know. I really don't like the community term. I think it's all about friends because I'm trying to be besties. All right. Bye, y'all. See you in the next video.